All right, folks, Friday, the 29th of July, 2022. And have you bought the dip is the question. We have had 75 basis point hike from Jerome on Wednesday. We had a miss on GDP quarter on quarter Q2s for the US yesterday. And these markets are up, up, up. Okay, so let's get over on these charts and see what we can see. All right, so here we are with the S&P on the daily bars, um, for looking all the way back to pretty much 2020 here, uh, late 2020. I should probably pull in a bit of COVID here. So this is really the breadth of what we've had since the depths of COVID on the hard left of your screen, and probably switch over to a weekly bar here to make it even smoother. But this is the market. We've come a long way. We've visited back into what was really kind of this area around early 2021 value sort of going on here. We've rebought the dip and up we go. A lot of people fearful of touching these markets really as we came into the lows here from kind of late June, sorry, mid to late June. Everybody talking about recession. There's a storm coming. Jamie Dimon, everyone just saying that, don't touch the market, stay in cash. Well, you're missing out on what is a lovely little bounce now from this market, from the lows to where we trade right now. We're up 12.97, let's call it 13%. We have been down at 24.25%. So, we've had a halfway bounce here pretty much back up. So we're right in the middle here. 40.97 on the SPOOs is this midway point. That's the low of the week of the 22nd of February. Uh 22nd of February this year. All right, so just really laying out where we are with equities. Would I be barreling into longs where we are now? Absolutely not. Would I be staying in long from in where we are now? I am. So we had some really nice opportunities on the 60-minute chart to get on board with this push here, and specifically coming in ahead of the FOMC there on Wednesday, and around the opening drive pushes calls yesterday. Very choppy action over the Q2 GDP results. Very, very tricky. We were what were we doing yesterday? I think we were long, short, and long this market, and so very very tricky trading to try and nail yesterday. So look, that's where we are in the S&P. Do I think we're a little bit high? Yeah, I do. I do think we're a little bit high. Could we come off a bit? Well, just put on these moving averages again. You can see we blasted up yesterday through the 100 EMA, which has been our target for a number of days now, if not a week at least. So that was smashed on the close. Bam, done. 40.97 half. Can we move on? I don't know. I don't know. That would feel a little bit odd for us to keep moving on right now. We do have a gap. Need to come back, close the gap, and then I think we could push further on, or at least retest 40.60 and a quarter for the food. All right, that's the S&P. Um, to show you the Dow, of course, hitting that 100 EMA yesterday as well. Nasdaq in a pretty sweet area as well here, but big gap on the Nasdaq on the close and then reopen on Globex. So I do expect a little bit of trade back into this gap. If we get to the US Open and we don't kind of see trade into kind of new lows on the day here, that's indicative of an extremely punchy market and further upside to be looked at, therefore. So this general area, I'll come into the daily bars here on Nasdaq daily bars, and see this kind of generally a zone we've been looking at for quite a while now on the Nasdaq. So we're back inside here. I would like to see actually basically this market come back down, test the bottom of this zone, find some buyers, and 12,701, and then push for upside. But listen, we've done well. We're here back to 100 EMA on the Nasdaq. I think technically over the next couple of sessions, I think what could happen is we fall down here ultimately, and then try and find support from a 20 crossing up over the 50, and then we can talk about getting back on the 200 EMAs in general. Equities. But tech has been a little bit beaten up prior to this week. Of course, getting those outsized earnings from Amazon overnight up 10%, outsized improved earnings from Microsoft and Google as well, improving on their ad revenue. So lots of good stuff happening in tech right now. So do stay with that. Oil, we're not really trading that much oil at the moment. It's really stuck in a rut here, pretty much from about 94s to 100. So the $6 range, nothing to be sniffed at. There is money to be made here. Nice little bid off VWAP there at about 8 a.m. And we're up just shy of $1 on that bid right now. I think we'll check back in on this probably next week. But for me, gun to my head, long oil, perma bull, next off 103. Um, let's see what else to look at here. Cable, I think as of today, I'm demoting cable and leaving Bitcoin on here. So we've seen pretty decent moves on Bitcoin. From the FOMC, you can see the bid up here. We're up 10% on that yesterday, closing up another 10%. Really aggressive stuff. So heading back towards that 25 420s and 26 200s for sure. And then let's see what selling wants to come in here. But so I've heard there are not too many long-term shorts Bitcoin. So that's what I'm seeing there. So and you're seeing Nasdaq sneaking back into this gap right now. So yeah, euro. Some German GDP coming out this morning as well, pushing the bund back down. I am currently short this bund around here. I think 155.92 target. Let's see what we get then for maybe an arrested downside. And but the GDP positive out of France, we had a beat. Positive out of Spain, we had a beat on the Q on Q, Q2, Q on Q, quarter 2 for this year. But Germany, a miss, came in zero flat on expectation 0.1. So a little bit of mixed feelings here. German 10-year, but ultimately down. I think largely the market was pricing in a beat and downside on the funds and didn't get a beat, got a miss, so kind of slowing down a bit on the funds here. Nasdaq now new lows on day as I'm talking, and the euro. Yeah, the euro is very messy here today, with what should be a resurgence of strength in the DIC. So listen, that is it for today. That is it for this week. It's been an absolute fantastic week. We're holding longs on gold. We're holding longs on equities. Really, really nice, tidy little week. Lots going on. The FOMC rate decision, the GDP figures. It's all there. All right. Listen, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next.